Talking Trees with Lily and Jad. Welcome back to Talking Trees, where each week we journey into the fascinating world of trees, ecosystems, and arboriculture. In today's episode, we're recapping an incredible lineup of topics that highlight everything from essential ecological processes to cutting-edge technologies in tree care and the experts who shape the field. Stick around for more insights on each of these topics, and get ready to expand your knowledge of the arboreal world.
Welcome back, everyone. Last week's Talking Trees series had some real gems for arborists. So many fascinating topics packed into 1 week.
Yeah, it was a great series.
So many great takeaways. You all requested a deep dive recap.
Definitely.
So get ready for your highlights.
I think it's amazing they managed to cover such a breadth of knowledge.
I know, right?
From the science of how trees work to the practical skills we need in the field.
Yeah, exactly. And they really kicked things off with a bang. Remember that Longhorn Enigma episode on Saturday? All about that fascinating Ceramcyx acerto beetle? It's a protected species, too.
Oh, yeah, the great Capricorn beetle.
Right?
Amazing how such a small creature can have such a big role in the forest.
It is. They really drove that point home in the episode.
They did.
Especially when they talked about the beetle's life cycle and how the larvae depend on the wood of mature trees. It's a good reminder that we're not just managing trees, we're managing entire ecosystems.
For sure. And speaking of ecosystems, Monday's Water Everywhere episode was a great reminder of how essential water is to tree health.
That's right.
They did a good job breaking down transpiration, interception, and evaporation.
I loved how they explained transpiration. It's like the tree's natural air conditioning system.
Right. Releasing water vapor through the leaves helps to cool the tree down and even the surrounding area.
Ingenious, right?
Yeah.
And then they talked about interception, where the tree canopy acts like a giant umbrella,
right,
catching rainfall and slowing it down, preventing soil erosion and allowing water to infiltrate the soil.
So important for the trees and the surrounding environment.
Absolutely. And of course, evaporation, water turning into vapor from the leaves and soil, it all connects, creating that water cycle. Trees are vital to that cycle.
For sure. Important for us as arborists to understand.
Couldn't agree more. Tuesday's episode, Safety First, all about personal fall protection systems for tree climbers. They went deep on MRT and SRT.
Yeah, moving rope technique and stationary rope technique.
Right.
Both are systems to prevent falls, but with different approaches and different equipment. The episode did a great job explaining the pros and cons of each.
I agree. Like MRT, it's really versatile when you're moving between branches, but it takes a lot of skill and vigilance.
And then you have SRT.
Yeah.
Very secure, but less flexible when the tree structure is complex.
Absolutely. Choosing the right system just depends on the task and the tree.
And no matter which system you use, they emphasize the importance of that backup. Minimizing risk and making sure we can descend safely, even if the primary system fails.
Yeah, safety first. Then, on Wednesday, they moved on to supporting our giants, all about tree stabilization techniques. They focused on dynamic cabling, which uses flexible cables to help trees withstand wind and other stresses without restricting their natural movement.
Right. They also talked about bracing and propping, providing more rigid support.
For those weaker branches or trunks, yeah.
Exactly.
Thursday's episode was Seeing Inside the Tree, the world of acoustic tomography.
It's pretty cool using sound waves to see inside the tree, detecting decay or cavities that we wouldn't be able to see otherwise.
Right. Then, Friday's episode, A Giant in the Field, about Professor Dirk Dujesiefken.
His work was incredible.
Remarkable contributions to the field.
They talked about his research in tree biology.
Yeah, specifically tree wound response. Fascinating stuff.
It is.
His research showed that trees compartmentalize decay.
Right.
They effectively wall off damaged areas to prevent the spread of infection.
That understanding of coded compartmentalization of decay in trees has changed the way we prune and care for wounds.
Absolutely.
We can now make cuts that minimize damage and encourage the tree's natural defenses.
And his work extended far beyond the lab. He founded an institute for tree care, organized conferences, and was a passionate advocate for urban forestry and climate change adaptation.
His legacy really inspires us to think holistically about tree care, recognizing how interconnected trees, the environment, and people are.
So true. Remember that Ceramcyx acerto beetle?
Yeah.
From Saturday's episode.
Yeah.
It's a great example of how even a seemingly insignificant creature can have a crucial role in the ecosystem and remind us about that interconnectedness of nature. And that brings us back to the beetle and its reliance on those mature trees. It all ties together.
Right.
All these topics, from water management to safety practices to understanding tree biology, it's all connected.
Each piece contributes to the bigger picture of what it means to be an arborist.
Exactly. Talking Trees does a fantastic job of bringing all those pieces together. What do you think?
Absolutely. They're giving us a roadmap for navigating the complex world of tree care while inspiring us to keep learning and keep growing in our profession.
Yeah, I think so too. How about we take a quick pause here? I'm sure you're already starting to connect some dots between these topics. We'll be right back to discuss what stood out to us and what you might want to explore further.
Yo, it's Talking Tree. We're dropping the facts. From the roots to the leaves, we got your back. Every episode's fire, knowledge on display. Tune in, learn more. It's the Talking Tree way. Monday vibes, transpiration in play. Plants drinking up water, letting it sway. Evaporation rise, rain caught on the leaves. Nature's cycle flows, it's how it believes. Tuesday's all about safety, don't fall behind. MRT and SRT, keep your gear aligned. Climbing those trees, protecting your soul. Fall protection systems, that's how we roll. Yo. Wednesday brings cabling, trees need support, dynamic techniques, keep them strong, never short. Dirk Dujesiefken on Friday, a legend indeed, caring for our trees, planting the seed. Saturday's buzzing with cerambric surdo, big beetles in action, that's how they grow. From the roots to the branches, it's a tree's fate. Join the Talking Tree crew, let's celebrate. Yo, it's Talking Tree. We're dropping the facts. From the roots to the leaves, we got your back. Every episode's fire, knowledge on display. Tune in, learn more. It's the Talking Tree way. Tune in, learn more. It's the Talking Tree way.
It really is remarkable how Talking Trees manages to bring all these different topics back around to the core principles of arboriculture.
It is, right, like weaving a tapestry of knowledge.
Yeah.
Showing how each thread contributes to the strength and the beauty of the fabric.
And they don't just focus on the science.
Yeah.
They highlight the human side of tree care, too.
Absolutely. Remember Friday's episode about Professor Dujesiefken?
Yeah.
It wasn't just a list of scientific achievements. It was about his passion, his dedication, and how he inspired others.
Right.
It reminds us that arboriculture is more than just a job. You know, it's a calling.
It is.
A commitment to these organisms. It's about understanding the impact trees have on us.
Yeah, and advocating for their protection.
Exactly.
Especially with climate change and urbanization.
That brings us to Wednesday's episode about tree stabilization.
Yeah.
How do we support trees in urban environments?
Yeah.
Providing support, but allowing the tree to adapt in these less than ideal conditions.
Dynamic cabling can really help them withstand the stress of urban life.
One thing that really stood out to me throughout the series was the focus on continuous learning.
Oh, absolutely.
It's clear Talking Trees is for everyone.
Right.
Seasoned professionals or beginners.
Yeah. We can't forget about educating the public.
It's true. It's not enough for us to understand these concepts. We have to share them.
Yeah.
Help people understand the value of trees and their role in our communities.
Exactly. Whether it's talking about clean air and water or sustainable urban forestry.
Yeah.
We need to be ambassadors for trees.
And Talking Trees gives us the tools to do just that.
Yeah, a weekly pep talk reminding us why we do this.
So, as you all keep going on your arboriculture journeys, remember to hold on to that sense of wonder.
Yeah, keep exploring. Keep learning.
Keep listening to the trees.
And if you need a little inspiration,
or just a reminder of why we do what we do,
tune in to Talking Trees.
They'll guide you, challenge you, and inspire you.
Happy treeing, everyone.
See you next week.
Thanks for tuning in to Talking Trees. We hope you enjoyed this week's journey through the intricate details of tree biology, forest ecosystems, and the tools and techniques of modern arboriculture. If you found these topics engaging and want to dive deeper with us every day, consider supporting the podcast at herohero.co/talkingtrees. By subscribing, you'll get access to full episodes every day, while helping us continue bringing valuable, insightful content straight to your ears. And as always, we'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, or suggestions for future topics. Reach out anytime, and until next time, keep exploring, learning, and advocating for the health and beauty of our natural world.